think it's in my box. Yep. Your coin was in my box.
Oh, I
didn't start the stream?
Okay, this one, it just automatically starts. Okay, welcome everybody to our second session of our second campaign. First things first, a little announcement is we have our first session on podcast format. So you can find that on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. Just look up Adventures in Kal'Jaru and you should be able to find it. If that doesn't work, look up ClockWork, the beginning. And it should pop right up. And from now on, I will be uploading our sessions onto podcast format the Monday after we stream. So be looking for that. And we hope to have you along with us more often. Okay, that is our announcement. James, we turn the time over to you.
Well, I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to talk with each other while I finish setting this up real quick.
Brother. Alright.
Time is turned back over to us.
If you guys want to give a better description of your character to the viewers, maybe where we left off last time, if you feel like you remember that well enough, feel free.
We were on a boat, and our note taker has all the names and
It's a
his
flying
sick.
boat.
We're on a flying boat. Our note taker took all the names that we didn't really need to remember, and
Not true. We probably should have remembered the captain's name.
well, yes, the captain.
Oh, that's right. In case you haven't noticed, Bella isn't here with us tonight. She is sick, under the weather, completely unavailable at the moment. And yes, great job, Alan, for taking notes and remembering who the heck runs the ship.
Ravok and I work with Tom. And it is the Mist View.
Yep, you are all running on the Mist View. That's where the ladders are, not ladders.
What is this cars for?
Cars?
I think it's a CARS.
Let me see.
My child stole my eraser.
It's okay.
I found a replacement.
Oh, that's not going to show up real well.
Isn't that just Lars?
Is it Lars?
I think it's Lars.
Yeah, it's Lars, boy.
Who's Lars?
He's another member on the crew.
On the crap.
Isn't he like second mate or something?
No.
Or
Lars is. Isn't
I
he
know
the-
Gears.
Lars is the friendly one, right?
yeah.
Connors, that's the really
Connors is
friendly
the
one.
friendly one. I should probably take notes.
Probably.
All I care about is gears.
I could take it in this here. I'll grab my spell.
Okay, for a better view of what Mr. Pipe looks like, I will switch it over to. Whoops. Let me go to the battle cam. Oh, sweet, it works. And this is what Mr. Pipe looks like. He is 6'4". Orange plaid suit with a walking cane and his pipe. Oh, that's too high. Getting used to this whole live streaming 10 seconds behind what I'm doing.
Oh dear.
But that is Mr. Pipe.
It's going to be a good session today, isn't it? Alright. I'm practically set up now. I have my maps ready. Is everyone ready to start up?
Let me get into character.
Ah yes, take your 3 seconds to get into character. I just gave you 5 minutes.
I'm in character.
I'm ready.
Oh, fudge.
Do you need another 5 minutes?
Okay, I'll make do without those. So, for those of you who haven't seen through most of our sessions yet, I have a bad habit of forgetting things, and I've forgotten my written notes.
Oh no.
Luckily, I transcribed most of them to computers, so we are pretty much set right now. Okay, everybody ready to start up?
Yes. Aye, aye,
Fire
Captain.
away.
I just pictured me shooting my gun, so I mean.
Alright, after that really long and delayed intro, welcome back to ClockWork. Last we left off, the party was just hired by Telvain, the half-elf guildmaster of the Amarast Guild, to hightail it onto a ship called the Misview, captained by Captain Lev and his motley crew of mostly humans, to take a very, very, very early morning trip all the way down to the country of Roland, where they will be stopping in the city of Esmir to steal something. They didn't ask what the heck it was they were stealing, and they haven't been told yet.
Didn't you give us instructions?
He did, but they were very vague. They're
Last
like, you go here.
we left off, the party had just woken up, and they were on a very bright and sunny morning.
Hmm.
And I was still in the engine room.
Yep. What day is it?
When I wake up, I would like to create an experimental elixir.
Alright, what experimental elixir are you making?
Let me pull it up. I think I have to roll this d6. It is a 5. Whatever that makes.
I will tell you, I already have the artificers pulled up.
I do too, I'm just letting it load.
I don't have to load it, saved on my phone. A 5.
You know what? I can just pull
Flight.
it up. Ooh!
He made a flight potion.
Yeah!
It's really slow.
It's still flying. Can you fly? I invented this.
Fly.
I don't need to
God.
fly.
You can fly, actually.
I can fly.
Alright.
Anything in the sky I can shoot out of the sky. So that's fine.
If I remember correctly, the day is currently Aknu, the 15th of Zoof. It's a mostly cloudy day, but still fairly smooth sailing for everyone.
Nice. Awesome.
Sweet.
I'm working on a harness.
You're back with gears in the engine room,
Yes, and I'm working on a harness.
for lack of a better term.
Yes.
So you're just squatting there among all the pipes, the occasional steam fizz, psst, or
I've got-
spark. Psst.
I've got the blueprint I'd been working on next to me, and I'm taking a slight break from that to work on a harness.
So to put it into perspective for all of you, our little gnome is currently curled up between 2, maybe 3 feet of space, working on something in his lab with blueprints on his side, and in a very cramped workplace. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
beautiful.
Well, I'm only 2.5 feet tall, so
Yeah. It
two,
would work
maybe
for
3
anybody
feet of
else.
space is decent size for me.
Okay. You all wake up in the morning, cloudy skies, like I said before. Anything else anyone doing?
No, I've been up for hours.
Alright. So aside from your experimental elixir pipe, you've done nothing else.
I hold my holy symbol in my hands for a couple minutes and brush up on some spells from my god. I do it in secret so that nobody looks at me, but then I go about my day
Right.
with Tom.
Okay, let's see. That's the wrong guy.
I messed up my dice.
Okay. Day goes by. You're fairly absorbed in all of your work or your miscellaneous activities. Nothing of note really happens. Lunch comes by and you're served a meager meal of some meat, potatoes, and a strange piece of bread. You can't quite name the taste, but it has a little something sweeter. It seems to be in chunks inside of it.
I will cast prestidigitation to change it to spicy instead of sweet.
Alright, it now tastes spicy. How spicy are you making it?
Very spicy. I like my food very, very spicy.
So you just put ghost peppers inside it.
Pretty much. And I start breathing out smoke.
Oh, he's enjoying himself there.
Also, around that time, I'll search out for Point.
She
And,
seems to be she's locked herself in her room a bit. She seems to be working on something, or you're not quite sure what. When you knocked on the door for her, she just answered in her minimalistic way, What?
I need that sending stone thingy. I don't want to be fired on our second day.
Noted. You hear some skittering on the other side as the door opens and a little metallic spider has the sending stone just balanced on its little head as it raises
It's not
itself
little,
up.
it's medium.
Okay, on its head. You're right, it is medium. I forgot that. As it raises itself up as tall as it can on its legs and just presents it to you.
Thank you. I'm bringing this back. Eventually. If I remember, I'll walk
You don't
out.
get the answer. The spider just skitters back into the room and slams the door.
Jeez.
I will take it. Okay. Report 1 of day 2 to Tel Aviv. We are on a boat.
You're activating the stone.
Yes.
So as you're holding the thing and you touch the stone, you hear like a little whirring sound as steam starts to expel from underneath the more mechanical bit close to where the binding is, as it raises itself up into some words saying, "Please hold."
You just
As
got
you
put on
wait.
hold by a stone.
Rejected.
As you wait a couple of minutes, the more mist comes out, and it comes out in color now, as it swirls a bit and comes to the form of Telvain sitting at what you assume to be his desk. You can't quite see that far. You see him with his black slicked hair and his nice clothes sitting at a chair, and that's all you can see. Ah, good, you got my message.
Can I
Anything to
cast
report?
prestidigitation to change the color of his clothes to pink?
Go ahead. So you change the color of the clothes that you see,
He doesn't know there's a difference.
but nothing else really happens.
No, nothing else would happen. Yes, we're on the boat. Now, I had a few questions. What exactly are we supposed to steal?
You'll find out when you get there. You see, I don't quite know myself.
Awesome. Do we have an informant of
course.
sorts?
Of course. Though one of my networks had been compromised, and we didn't know which one, so we just cut off all connections so far.
Awesome.
Well, when you get there, he will give you the information.
I hope so.
Ah, yes.
Anything else we should know about before we throw our heads in the fire? Wouldn't bother me much, but the others might burn.
Anything else you need to know? You need to know. Get in, get it quietly, get out.
There might be potential problems with that. Have a great day. And I hang up.
So your first report goes by. Great job.
I will stick it in my bag of holding and hopefully not forget.
Really, hopefully not forget.
And I will continue about my day.
Right. Day goes by as we come down to the evening hours of dinner.
Do we know how long this boat ride is supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a whole week, which in this world would be 10
8 days. 8
days. And so you already started past day 1. So you got, after today, you only have 6 more days.
Woohoo! And we're supposed to report every other day. Okay.
Every other day.
Great.
It's gonna be a long boat ride.
Very, very long.
No sails to trim. Just boring old repolish the single cannon every day.
You'll be so good at it. But
It only takes one action because I can use prestidigitation.
Compared to feet per second, feet per 6 seconds, how fast is the boat going?
Every foot per second. Oh, fudge! I had that.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
would it be
do.
doing 30 feet per second, 10 feet per second, per round? What would it be doing?
Fudge! I had this in my notes somewhere.
I had it calculated at one point in time, and I apparently threw away all those maps.
Actually, right here.
No, I pulled all those out. I don't have any boat maps anymore, which is dumb. I could redraw them from memory.
Yeah.
It is very My boat designs are way more simple than James's. Less mechanics.
Because if it's not going very fast, Mr. Pipe will drink his potion and jump overboard. I can't handle it anymore! Jumps overboard.
You're traveling at a rate of 35 miles per hour or 50 feet
Holy-
per second.
50 feet? Yeah, I tied a rope to myself.
Okay.
I just like jump off and
The
like.
entire time you're on the ship, you feel pretty stable. Other than the occasional strong gust of wind, you don't really
Yeah.
feel like you're gonna go overboard.
Well, I went overboard. Then I'll just slowly fly back up with the help of my guide rope.
Just wanted to know what the air felt like down here.
Okay.
Right.
I just needed some excitement, don't judge.
So you go. So
Oh,
you
I'm judging.
You don't go over next.
Torm, your mountain dwarf, your teacher who's been working with you on the ship, knocks you both on the back and you're like, "Oh, you two are doing a great job." We don't want to spill the water. You're doing a great job. Come on, dinner's ready. Cooked it myself.
Okay.
Righty.
I can trust a dwarf.
Alright, so you guys are following him down?
Yep.
Of course.
And so you go down into the main room. The tables have been set up all over again. And I actually have the map for the middle layer. We have tables in here somewhere.
Yes. Far right or something like that. That's a very small ship.
Each one is 5 feet.
Yes.
Right here.
Yeah, it is a small ship.
35 foot across. That's
I
not
need
bad.
more tables. Much. Tables. Where have all the tables
Oh,
gone?
I'm still in the engine
Oh yeah.
room.
Okay, these are the stairs leading to the engine room.
I think
Those
there's
are the
if you want
stairs.
longer tables, there are longer ones.
Oh well. I got what I wanted.
It'll be fine.
The beds are kind of assorted almost on the wall, kind of like miniature shelves, and near the corners there are some hammocks.
So this is where the
it's
crew
a-
sleeps too.
It's commons area, place where they have recreational activities, sleep, bunker down when there's a storm. Yeah. So you all get down into the table. There's a big pot just sitting on the table with bowls all around. The crew is all sit down, ready to go. As the captain walks down the stairs, "Wait, Connors." That's not his voice.
Who's
Is that
Connors?
my voice?
Connors.
Connors is the friendly one.
Oh yes.
Wait, Connors. Go down and let Gears know. That is definitely not the right voice, but we're gonna roll with it. Alright. So you see Connors just go down to the stairs. He kind of rattles a small bar against the side of the walls. Oi, you two nomads! Gears! Other guy! We're ready for dinner. Come up when you need it.
When you need it. I guess I'll come up. Very briefly, just enough to grab food.
Alright, Connors! Just give me a moment.
Apparently I
Yeah, he's
appear
got
up
work
there.
to do. So as you all sit down at the table, everyone's ready and happy. Torm takes the pot, he spoons it out. It's a fairly clear soup. This is my specialty, mountaineer soup. You plop some into your bowl. It's like the broth is fairly clear, but you can see little tiny leaves, almost like basil kind of. Imagine basil swirling around. Chunks of meat, some carrots, some
Does it
greens you don't recognize,
taste
some potatoes.
good?
Take a taste. It tastes fairly good. It's not too sweet or too spicy. It's a fairly balanced feel. Almost blandish, but not quite.
Oh, cast prestidigitation just to spice it up just a little bit.
I'm just going to assume you spice up all your food.
Yes, I do.
You should assume that. I'm used to bland food,
Alright,
so
lads.
I shall eat
Alright,
just
lads.
fine.
Dig in.
I'm going to take small pieces of potatoes and feed it to my parrot as I eat.
And whenever I cast prestidigitation, it's in primordial, so it sounds really weird.
I'm just gonna grab my food.
Just opens his mouth, sounds
What
like
about you?
crackling fire.
He just grabs his bowl, goes back full in there.
Just muttering like
The real reason.
mathematics and stuff all the way down.
The real reason the engine room is so small, tight space, it's just covered in bowls stacked up.
Just got gears just eats down there. I get around to them clean.
Every time they make port, they have to buy new bowls.
Okay,
Because nobody can reach them.
The crew is all just is eating fairly silently at first, but after they get through the first half of their bowls, they start to slow down a bit as they talk and jest with each other, messing with each other, calling out jeers here and there. Captain soon after leaves with a couple more bowls, which you assume are for the pilot and the navigator.
The walls have fallen over.
The walls have fallen over.
Had to. Oh, I don't have mending prepared.
I do.
He mended the walls.
How can you not have mending prepared?
I only have so many cantrips.
He
That's
wishes
fair.
he could have more.
Yes.
Yeah, around that time, Gears makes his way up from the base engine room where all the mechanics and gears are. He makes his way to the table and takes his bowl of fairly room temperature soup and starts eating like, you know, where'd you find that lad?
Are you talking
He
to me?
works like a machine. I can't get rid of him. Every time he stops for a second, he needs something else for me to do.
I can't find him. So, that's probably why.
Honestly, I met him really just in a waiting room before we got hired, so can't say I know much about him.
Oh, hired? You were hired? Another member of the crewman, Kiln, speaks up. Red hair, average size build, human. Who are you hired by?
One of the guild masters of the city.
The Guild of Amarast.
Oh.
Real, top secret stuff. You know.
So Telvain sent you on an errand again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
This is
pretty
the third trip down south we had to do for him. Wouldn't mind it too much. He's a fairly decent fellow from what I've heard.
well, it's more than I've heard.
So what are your
3 trips down. Have you brought any of the people back?
Oh, a couple.
That is an excellent question.
That's reassuring.
Most of them continue to work down there. We bring some of them back up, but they stop halfway through at some random village here or there. A couple of humans. Most interesting one was a tiefling. You know, devilish, real big horns.
Yes, I'm well aware of T.
Never really got his name. Let me tell you, those eyes stared into your soul.
Like this, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to mimic tiefling eyes that are a little weird. They're more like snake eyes, but they're still weird.
Now, why don't you calm down there, lad? Alright, calm that down. We don't want any unknown magics working down here. Speaks up. That's one of the half-orcs speaking up.
It's not unknown. It's very well known.
You might scare one of the boys that way. We don't want them scared. Anyways,
Now, if you want
answer
them
this question.
scared.
No, where have you lads come from? Yes, tell us. Where have you from? What have you done? What's your story? Give us your story. Oh, now you got the lads worked up.
Yes, Ravak, I'm actually very interested.
Well, I have spent a good 50 years sailing, going to schools and apprenticeships intermixed here and there.
Sailed, you said?
Yes.
Airship or naval?
Naval. I haven't had the opportunity much to spend any time in an airship till now, but I enjoyed naval ships. My father owns a fleet, and so I sailed on his boats. Other than that,
What'd you do? What'd you sail? How many things did you bring with you? Meet any interesting folks? Interesting ports? Good women? Hush you.
Not much interest in women at the moment. Still young for an elf.
Well, you're than some of us here and younger than most.
Not quite how that works, but yes. More like older than most. Probably all.
How old are you then?
70.
70.
I knew you weren't very mature.
Ah! You're 10 years younger than me. Gears raised his little hand up to the table.
Well then. That makes one. Other than that, I spent a lot of time glass blowing. I don't normally do it on boats. And a lot of ports don't like it either. Something to do with big fires.
What's glass blowing? You blow glass. But why? What's the point?
Well,
Let him finish, lads. Let him finish. What is it?
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out the half-made boat. This is my latest project.
That looks like glass, but it doesn't look blown. No, it doesn't. Oi, lads, let him speak. Let him speak.
Well, you only blow parts of them. For the most part, it's more like glass shaping, but generally it's called glass blowing.
And why isn't it called glass shaping?
Because originally it was normally used for making things with holes in them, but
Why would you want something with holes?
well, that's how you get
You know,
glass,
like a vase or a
glass vials.
vials, yes.
Ah,
Speaking of which, I could use some more of those if you got time.
I have time. Boats don't like fire.
oh, you can just work it over by the stairs, made of metal.
I don't think they're big enough.
My fires tend to be really big.
Well, you can talk to Lev. Maybe he'll sort it out. Doubt it. He might. He likes him a little. Think. What's he call you?
Sea legs.
Ah, bit in the middle there. He's working on him.
Other than that, I spent about 10 years studying artificery.
Artificing?
Yes. Artificing.
Oh,
And hunted pirates for about 20 years after that.
pirates! You've actually met pirates? What are they like?
Meat is too friendly a term. The first time I met pirates, I lost my eye. And then after
I was
that,
gonna ask about that.
I've sworn revenge on them and have like I said, hunted them for 20 years. Sort of. I chose a very slow ship so that they could catch up to us, and then
On pirates in general, or just a specific pirate? Probably just a specific pirate. But what if he's looking on all pirates because of what they did?
mostly just all pirates. The specific one died. He took lightning to the face.
Took lightning to the face.
Yes, I was traveling with a wizard at the time.
A cousin, perhaps?
No. No relation.
Alan, you just want him to be related to the others so much.
It just makes sense.
Only way
What about you? Yeah, you, Orange. What about you?
Not much. Grew up in Samaris. On the volcano of
Oh, Samaris. Are they really as stuffy as they say up there?
Aren't we all stuffy?
Like rules, regulations, high people not even talking to the low people.
I lived on a volcano. Nobody talked to me.
Have you ever been around a volcano? What's a volcano like?
Extremely hot.
Like how hot?
Shall I demonstrate? And I will cast Produce Flame on my hand. Also in Primordial. And I will get it really close to his face. It doesn't burn my hand.
As he just kind of jerks back.
I'm going
I would
to
have thought it'd be a bit hotter, but please. Keep
I'm going to wave my hand and cast Control Flame and put it out.
Nice trick. But I ran an apothecary with my mentor. We both specialize in herbs and salves and acids and explosives. Usually wouldn't make the explosives on the mountain. We'd usually go into town.
Of course.
It's in very high demand lately with pirates.
Yes, gunpowder's very nice to have around.
Yes. But that's about all I've got. Sent down here
Can you make more?
Not at the moment. I'm a little out of supplies.
If we got you supplies, could you make more?
Oh, I definitely could.
Well, we might want to tell the captain about this one.
You've definitely given me something to do.
Oi, you! He points to a random crewmate. He's like, hey, go tell the captain we might have a new source of black powder. Yes, sir. He gets up and quickly runs off up to the upstairs. Right, Gears, what time is it? He pulls out a little pocket watch. It's just, bleh. Well, it's only... Crap. It's only about 8:30. 8:35. Gears, you're wearing the smudged goggles again. Ah! Oh, that's easier.
It's about time for my bedtime.
Wait, before you go, help us pick up the dishes, would you?
Yes, and I'll cast Mage Hand and just gather the dishes.
I'll just, as they're like floating past me, I'll just clean them with prestidigitation.
Alright, follow me down this way. We've got a tiny kitchen labelled in the engine room, and we'll work down there.
There, clean.
Well, that's... Wait! Don't even take him down there! Pipe! He pushes like the pile of bowls to you. Take these, we'll be back with the pot.
Prestidigitation.
Just like,
After a couple minutes, they come back with the empty pot and present it to you.
Prestidigitation again.
With another wave of your hand and a slight gleam, it just cleans itself. Like all the dirt, grime, and not dirt or grime, all the food and nasty
we were
things
eating
on-
dirt.
All the dirt and grime.
You're working with a mountain dwarf. You practically ate rocks. No. So
Very flavorful.
Corn
it
eaters.
just kind of the leftover foodstuffs inside just kind of melt away like they were never there to begin with. Ah, we should learn that. Can you make scrolls?
Gross.
We have some parchments. Can you make us some scrolls of that?
Yes, I can actually.
Brilliant!
Can you really?
Yes, I studied under the wizard I traveled with.
I did not know you could do that. I need to read some more.
Right. A couple of the another Connors walks up to you again with some scrolls and a giant grin on his face. Like, here you go. Over here this way. He takes you over to this smaller table. As the rest of the crewmates start to spread these tables out, they separate into two groups and start getting out some cards and dice.
Great. I don't remember how much. I do believe it costs. But I don't remember how much.
You need fine ink.
Yes, I need special ink for it, but
I would grab the player's handbook out, but I've got a bunch of cords and stuff there.
I should have all the stuff due to the fact that I have. Well, I don't think it covers making scrolls in here.
It doesn't.
No, that'd be the
Dungeon Master's Guide.
Here you go.
Maybe.
While they are all distracted, I will go down to my room and
I don't actually have
just
a different book for this.
lay down for a while, stare at the ceiling, and drawing on the wall with my pipe, with my tinkering stuff.
You guys' rooms are fairly smallish, and they take up this space right here.
Oh.
This is where you
So
guys' rooms are.
It's literally in the same room.
It's all in the same room. This is where everyone lives. The rest of the crew just kind of sleeps in the bunk-like
Got
beds
it.
here, and the hammocks here and here. Main room is down there.
You sleep in a
That's where your
closet.
3 cabins are.
Ah. Oh, so they are closed off?
Yep, there are closed off cabins.
Oh, okay. I was like, all in the
Specifically for
same room.
passengers. I mean, they're nothing big or fancy. Just a small.
Yes, yes.
There's a small little hallway here that leads you to this corner
Got
room here,
it.
and then there's these two rooms here. Doorway to this one's right there, and the other one is through there.
Got it.
But you're right next to the stairs.
Makes sense.
Okay, so Pipe is in his room, Gears is under, and Revak is still on deck making scrolls. I think that's going to take about an hour each
I think
one?
it's an hour.
I think it would follow the rules of the making a first level just with half the cost and time.
Yes, it. Holy crap! It actually would take me half a work week
Half a work week to make all of them.
to make one,
That's a long time.
unless
It's going in reverse, taking scrolls and putting them into your spell book that takes only an hour.
Ah,
But making
there might be
scrolls.
actually a different book I can pull from that'll shorten it, be different.
Which book?
I will go get it. It's the Everon one.
it's just going. We're going to assume it's going to take a while.
Yes, I'll be back. Don't worry.
Is that
Right.
recording properly? It's not 10 seconds behind right
It's not the. That's OBS.
Right.
This
So-
one that's 10 seconds behind.
now. I understand.
Right. As you go about your everyday businesses, Gears comes down to you. He takes your bowl, tells you to slow down a little, lad. You do need to sleep.
I sleep when I need to.
The rest of the crew just kind of starts to go to bed. A couple of the others stay up talking, playing games with each other before going off on their watches. You guys are left out of the watch this time around as Point has yet to emerge from her bed. Yet to emerge from
I
her
have
room.
been corrected. It's not prestidigitation to mimic eyes, it's thaumaturgy. I always mix them up. I am
Oh, shit.
casting thaumaturgy.
Should have caught that one. Thank you, whoever answered
It's
that.
Merlin.
Yeah. Thank you, Merlin. We love you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I do thaumaturgy in primordial
I have
prestidigitation in
found
draconic.
a specific rule for tantric scrolls. 8 hours and 15 gold apiece.
Okay, so are you gonna stay up for most of the night to make one?
I only sleep 4 hours, so yes.
Go ahead.
I make sure I get my minimum requirement of sleep and continue working on the blueprint.
Right, so as you're working on your scroll, you see a couple of the crew members still up, rolling dice with each other, messing around. One guy, the other half orc, San, managed to bring in quite a good sized pot. At least in terms of coin, mostly coppers and a couple of silvers sprinkled here and there. They don't seem to play with golds. And as your night wears on, and night passes. Next day arrives. So you have one spell scroll ready and available. Anything else I need to be aware of that's happening right now?
Working on the harness.
You're still working on your
I've
harness.
switched from the blueprint back to the harness.
Right. So about how long have you been working on this harness so far?
Well, I spent most of the previous day and everything but and then I switched to the blueprint right before bed for like an hour or two, and then when I woke up I started back on the harness. So
Okay. It's starting to come along really well. You've got past a small nick that you've been having a little trouble with. From your guesstimations, if work keeps going on like this, you could be finished in the next 7 days,
awesome.
assuming you give full 8 hours to it every day.
Is a day standard 24-hour?
Standard 24-hour days.
Okay. So I'll probably end up doing like 8 hours on the harness, 8 hours on the blueprint and my work, and then 8 hours of sleep, if that.
Point is in her room. Pipe is in his.
That's not point.
That's not Point?
The sword is point.
Oh, that's her
That's
spider.
her spider.
Point spiders in there too, but wait.
I'm not going to try to fit both of them in that square, I'll be honest.
Fair.
Okay. And let's see here. And as it goes on, 3 more days pass with not much really happening. Cloudy skies for most of them. So it is now Hepna, the 18th day of the month of Zuf.
On the second day, well, the third day technically, I made another flying potion. And the day after that, I made a transformation potion and walked around like Ravak. Just more arrogant. And then on the day that we are on now, I made a swiftness potion. So I've gone around. Oh, I've got a use for this. Continue your narration.
Okay. Pipe, you've kind of started to integrate yourself a bit into the crew here. Though slightly confused with most of your shenanigans, they seem to enjoy it and have good heart in it. Half the crew actually joining in and pretending like the original Ravik didn't exist and that you were the only one, making a little signal with you to figure out who's who when they need to.
That's awesome.
I'm just gonna make spell scrolls.
And make 3. What is it?
Tinkering
Inte-
check.
Intelligence checks. Are you proficient? You're proficient with tinkering tools.
Yes, I'm proficient
You
with
have
tinkering
those?
tools. I have my thieves tools, which because I'm level 4, I can switch them for tinkering with the right
tool.
So
tool
do
for
it.
the job.
So you three intelligence checks with
Intelligence.
your proficiency bonus added because you're using your tinkerer's tools.
It'd just be straight intelligence right there.
Okay. So
10.
17,
Okay.
16.
Okay.
14.
And it was like 10, 9, 7.
Oh my
This is.
God.
I'm not getting enough sleep.
Do I need to be doing this for the blueprint that I'm working on too?
Are you working? Do you swap between the blueprints?
Yeah, but the blueprint I do that as I'm working, as I'm making sure the piping and stuff's working and asking Gears questions about.
So what's the blueprint for?
I just want a blueprint of the ship so I can one day just replicate one.
Oh, so you're trying to make a big blueprint of the ship.
Yes.
That's
So that, well, I figure it'll be easy. It'll be easier for Gears to say, okay, this is connected to this by looking at it instead of having to go all the way over to the different areas.
So you're trying to make a blueprint of the entire ship, or just the generator mechanism that's holding the whatever it is that's keeping the ship in the air. You're not quite sure what. Piping that keep the fire elemental bindings ventilated.
I
Propulsion.
basically started on the engine room and have been working my way out.
So again, is it a blueprint of the entire ship or just the engine room?
The engine room has its own blueprint paper. The ship,
So
is
you're making
a separate.
multiple blueprints for the entirety of the ship.
right?
Okay. That is going to take a long while.
Oh, it will. I'm just, yeah.
Okay. Your work on your harness is coming along. You have some trouble on the 3rd day. Don't get much really done, but you're starting to make some progress. Where you flip-flop between the blueprint. You have a assumed schematic of the way the engine room works. There's a lot of closed off parts that you're not allowed to look into. Not exactly the safest thing to do, especially while the ship's running.
Those
And some things you're pretty sure Gears doesn't want you messing with. So you have a general idea of where things go, enough to help him repair things. Anything else he'll just tell you, and you try your best to remember that.
I just
You
pressed
have
her.
absolutely no idea where to start to make this entire thing. and you're not sure how long.
He knows more than us.
Though the main deck and the quarters deck, those are easily mapped. You haven't been let into the what's it called, cockpit yet, so you have no idea what that looks like.
No, I just pester Gears for information on things that I can't access. How does this work? Can you draw anything on it?
All right. So,
Does he have blueprints?
yeah, somewhere you assume. You haven't quite asked him.
Okay. Gears, do you have blueprints I can look at?
Why would you want to look at the blueprints?
I want to know how it works. I want to know all the little details that I can't.
Oh, right. I'll have to talk to Lev about that one.
Okay. I guess I can wait. Till you talk.
All right.
I want to find out which crew members want a scroll.
None of the Connors just straight up asked you if you can make more and asked for them. So you've delivered 4 to him now by this point, I believe, because there's the 115th night, assuming you worked.
Have you been charging him for them?
That's the other thing I need.
You could have made up to about 5 or 6 at this point.
Because I do need more money for making them.
Oh, so did you tell him you were charging him at the very beginning?
No.
Right. So he comes to you he comes to you the morning. He's like, oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did you make?
I can only afford to make 4 at the moment.
1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you. We could really use these. Make life a bit easier here.
After that, I need money to be able to make any more.
Of course. Yeah, I'll go talk to Captain Lev. I'll be back with you in a minute. He runs up to the cockpit and just kind of leaves you there on the main deck.
As I'm going about my day,
So
I will.
this is your map of the main deck.
Alright.
This little stairway takes you into the, what's it called? Cockpit, pilot room, whatever you want to call it. That just takes up that space here. These stairs take you down there. These stairs go to the back storeroom, which is stored back here. And these stairs take you to the second level.
As I'm going about my day, I will remember that I forgot to talk to Delvane. So I will pull the rock out, activate it, grab my potion of speed, and wait.
So the second you press the button, the colors all come up, and he's sitting there with a small smile on his face.
Hello, sorry I forgot to talk to you yesterday. I'll talk to you more later. It is very boring here. I was just giving him a very speedy.
Nothing's happened.
Pretty much. And then hang up and put it back in my bag and walk off.
So as you start to walk out, you see some mist coming out from your bag as it floats in front of your face, and it's telling you that it's a pending call.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh! It's interdimensional. I'll pull it out.
The mist reforms into Telvain.
Yes.
I'm only going to tell you this once.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me. Don't
interrupt me.
hang up on me. Especially when I'm paying you to do something very, very sensitive.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
everything has gone quiet on your end. Good to know. Lovely. Now, information you asked for on the object you're stealing.
Yes. That'd be nice.
Right. I've gotten some word. It seems to be a containment module for an elemental.
Containment module for elemental. Steal.
You're going to be going in to steal that. And then you'll be passing it on to my informant down there, whose name... You'll be passing it to my informant, Marshall. He'll tell me if it's worth it or not. He'll pass it by to make sure it's not a fake. And then we can move on forward from there. Also, I have heard some very interesting things happening down there. and any information you can get me on... Where did I leave that? Any information you can get me on Torkin Deeprest and Silkus Riverspark.
Turkish too?
Torkin Deeprest.
Torkin Deep Breast.
I have a sixth
Why are you
sense.
there? Not you. And not Silken. He wants information on
Not Silken. Got it.
Nithrali Ashcloak.
Mithrali.
Nithrali.
Nithrali. Gosh dang.
Spelled like Mithral, with an I at the end and the M is an N.
Nithrali. Raleigh. Yes. Nithrali. What?
Her last name's Ashcloak.
Ashcloak. Cloak. Got it.
Any official information you can get me on them, preferably paper, preferably documents and notes from their personal studies and letters they have sent.
Alright. We will get to know more on that one.
Yep. I'll pay you... How much would you say is appropriate, Caspar? You hear a pause for a second. Right. 25 gold pieces for any new information that I don't already have.
So, clarification, is it just Nithrali, or is it
Torkin and
Torkin
Nithrali.
and Nithrali?
You don't know that. You're
Only
not-
Mr. Pipe knows that.
You're not in the room where he's getting fed. You conquered yourself like a little shut-in in the engine room.
Alright.
Okay. Anything else that I should know before I don't
Yes.
talk to you until the
Yes, seeing things that are going kind of well, you don't. I won't expect a report from you until you land or anything happens.
Okay.
Anything of note happens, you come and call me directly. Is that clear?
Got it. Right.
Great. I'll have Casper on this line waiting for you.
Okay.
Have a good day and good luck. As he ends the call.
He hung up on me! How dare he? I put it in my bag and walk off.
I'm just waiting for Mr. Pipe to call in the middle of the fight. Something of note happened, look!
Shh! Don't tell my DM my plans!
Oh dear. Okay, so to clarify, you're just coming out of your cabin.
Yes.
You're on the main deck waiting for Connors to come back. You're in the engine room working on your stuff.
I may, at some point, when I come up for my food, I'll ask him if anything's happened with that. Just as a side note, I remembered. Oh, we have an in-player. I'm not just randomly on this airship enjoying myself.
Right? So, he asks you if anything new's come in.
Yes, we've got a little bit of news. We're supposed to find some information about some interesting folk down in Roland.
Do you have their names?
Yes, some talking deep breast and
Wait. Torkin.
Dorkin. Yes, Dorkin. And Nithrol, whatever. Nithrol Ashcloak. Anything interesting about them? Paperwork, anything from their desk?
Letters, documentation.
Yeah, whatever you can steal.
We can steal from Torkin.
Apparently.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that, but sometimes paperwork just disappears. Happens all the time. Justification, I won't touch it with my hands.
Anything else we need to know? Did he finally tell us what we're stealing?
We're supposed to steal a elemental module thingy-majigger. You know, the things that they bind elementals to. Yeah. What it looks like, we'll find out once we land and talk to this Marshal.
Now, for you, worked with some of these elemental bindings before with your with your very first mentor. So a elemental module is kind of like a self-built battery meant to be compact, less for actually powering something and more for transporting a elemental or method of some kind.
Okay. So it's a containment device mostly.
Portable containment device.
Hmm.
Elemental's prison.
Did he say if the elemental device was connected to Torque in any way?
Not that I know of.
Right.
That is a good question. I'll ask him that when we land.
Right.
He said don't call him unless something interesting happened.
Anything
So,
interesting
maybe
on
if
the
you
board?
want me to ask him, I could throw you overboard. Have a reason to call him.
As they're all talking, Connors comes back to you like, okay, here you go, 12 gold per scroll.
That'll work.
Okay, so you were just given a total of 48 gold pieces.
Do they want me to work on any, boom boom powder, black powder?
They
That's
don't
what it's
have
called.
any. They don't have the supplies.
They do not have supplies.
Okay,
Maybe next time. You missed out.
right. So, anything else you guys do today?
Nope.
I'm working on my.
Going back to your work. Night falls. Night begins to fall. Dinner's finished. Another leftovers from your mountaineer stew 2 days prior.
I'm slightly.
He made another pot while after the person was finished. And you're all just going back to bed. None of you are needed on watch again as Connors pulled a short straw again.
Yeah, that's a lame potion.
Well,
Which
what'd you
one?
end up making?
Oh, for the next morning it'll be resistance.
Oh.
It gives me a +1 to AC. I can't use that on a ship.
You can give it to me.
So I can shoot you? And miss?
That's a great idea.
Give it him to drink
So-
while he's running through the steam.
We'll see how
Wait a
much the
second.
steam does damage.
So night
How many
falls.
potions can I make?
Point is working on
the
the
same
main
number of
deck,
spell slots you
working
have.
in the pilot room.
That's what I'm thinking.
The better question is, how many vials do you have?
I have
9.
Do you reuse vials?
Yes, I do. I prestidigitation them.
They're pure. They're clean.
Okay. So you all go to bed. How heavy sleepers are all of you actually? Now that I think
I'm
about it?
extremely heavy.
I'm an elf.
I'm pretty.
In short,
light.
you don't sleep at all.
Like, I'm pretty perceptive, but at the same time, I'm
Right.
not.
If it's a noise that is I've had going for a while, like the hum of the engine, then I get used to it. But if it's like a random noise, it'll wake me up.
Yes, you are
Right.
proficient in perception.
I am too.
I'm not yet. Next level I will be.
Right. So you're all asleep, and
I seen it on TV. I don't know why they do it.
okay.
We'll go over the workings of a pipe later, huh?
It's got a holy thingy and another holy thingy.
All right. Ravak, Mr. Pipe. You
Yes.
both awaken to the very loud sound of thunder. It's more for you. It's more droned out by the sound of the loud engine next to you, things working and steam pushing. So you kind of turn a bit in your sleep, but you're still out.
Wait, what time of the night does this happen? Because I might
This-
just be awake.
This is happening around 1 in the morning.
Then yes, I've already got my
He's
4
already
hours.
He's up. He's ready.
To my nature sense, because I'm very nature sensey. Does it sound natural?
Yes.
I'll go back to sleep. They'll wake me if they need me. I mean, I can't control fire anyway. So I'll just roll over and go back to sleep.
Another loud crack booms through the air. I'm not even going to try to make the sound of thunder.
Yeah, please don't.
Mr. Mac could do
And
it.
the ship actually rocks a little bit.
I'm
As
gonna
most
go
of the crewmates-
upstairs after that.
So you get up onto the main. If you get out into the main commons room, everyone is gone. There's a couple people that just rush down from the main deck wearing heavy ponchos and cloaks, heading down to the engine room. and another person who seems to be
That
just
rock
woken up
wakes me up.
themselves, putting on their boots and getting a poncho on as they're heading upstairs again.
That rocking wakes me up.
Right.
I'm going to just toss on my sailor's coat and make my way up the stairs.
You put on your naval coat, you head on upstairs. Outside, it is raining and hailing like mad. A couple lightning strikes here and there, most of them pretty far away, but another one comes by really close to the ship and it gives a loud thunderclap. Ship doesn't move as badly as it did before, but it seems the pilot's having a hard time navigating around and trying to keep you guys at your designated area.
I'm just briefly going through a check of the engine just to see if there's anything that I can see.
You're still out.
Not. No, I wake up to the ship rock.
Ah. Okay, so you're checking the engine.
I don't know what's going on up there. I just.
Nothing really seems to be wrong. There is a lot of heat starting to build up in one of the in one of the small sections, though. You know, is running by one of the fire elemental bindings.
Is Gears awake at this point?
Yep, he's working feverishly on the other side, working on another pipe that seems to have
Ask him.
stopped.
It's like, hey, I noticed this heat coming from this other pipe. Is that?
That's what we're trying to fix. He's moving a big, what's it called? Big wheel.
Wrench?
Lever?
Oh, well.
Big
Wheel.
wheel that seems to be like a shut-off valve or a shut-on valve for some steam.
Okay. What can I be doing?
Alright, I need you to go over there, turn on a main bypass valve so we can get more steam over here.
Okay. And I, looking at my little blueprint that I've got the basics for, I go over there.
It's not that hard to find. He's shown you it plenty of times. You twist it over, it releases some steam as it moves over. The heat starts to go down a little bit, but not by a lot.
So it needs more work.
Yep.
So,
Here's, I want you working on this while I check the other ones. Wait, not
yeah, I know what
Sticky.
you're talking about.
Sticky. I need you over here.
Alright.
He goes off to check on some of the other bindings and pipes. So you just do your best you can to try to bring the heat down. Roll a intelligence check for me.
Oh no. I don't like that dice right now.
18, 19, 25.
So after a couple minutes of some work and struggles, you find that there was a slight clog due to under pressure in one line. So you manage to repressurize that. It moves everything else where it's supposed to be. Heat starts to go down back to its normal level. But there has been a chance of some damage.
Okay. So I report to Gears and just say, hey, this is what I found. I found this little clog. We may want to check into this a little bit more.
Great job, Sticky. The rest of these seem to be working okay. That last bit of thunder really shook up some of the inner workings in here. We've sailed worse before, but I think Lev might have Navi land.
Is there anything else I could be checking on right now? Or?
Basic things that you've been checking on, though maybe a bit faster.
Okay.
Alright. Back on main deck. So you went on to the top deck.
Yes, just see what is going on.
So inside here, there's watery footprints everywhere. People are running around, tying things down. A couple more people are working on manually bringing in one of the sails on the side, as it seems to have gotten a bit banged up and its mechanism isn't quite working right. It's not quite panic, but you can tell from your own sea experience this is not ideal.
I will go and start helping them tie down loose ends.
You work on that as Point just comes out of the navigation room. She sees you and she seems to be walking towards you for some reason. Loud thunderclap. She's struck by lightning. And she just topples to the deck right in front of you. Right, what's... Oh, for the love of... Lev! Oh, he can't hear me over this. Get her to her cabin. I'm gonna go talk to the captain. As this random crewmate just sends you off in his way.
Okay. I shall proceed to try and move the massive metal.
Right. How are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc. And move the massive metal on the disc and then walk down the stairs normally.
It's about how high off the ground is Tensor's disc?
3 feet. Oh wait, no. Yeah, 3 feet.
Okay. How do you know exactly how much weight you can lift?
15 times your strength score.
500 pounds.
No, that's the disc. How much can you lift?
Oh, how much can I lift?
Yeah.
Actually, it's 30 times for just a lift. If I don't move. So,
Push and drag is 30.
no, lift as well.
Right, we're going to
Push,
the
drag,
books.
lift.
Back to the books we go.
It's under ability scores. There's a barbarian looking over a gnome
I've got it.
shoulder.
Your carrying capacity, push, drag, lift, a weight of pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
450 pounds.
Impressive.
Okay.
That's what I can squat.
It is very difficult. You are at the limit of your strength, but you manage to lift her up the 3 feet to put her onto the disc.
Perfect. I shall then walk down the stairs.
Walk
the
down the
disc.
stairs with the disc just following behind you as you put her down in your cabin.
I'll do a quick look over to see if there's anything I can fix. But I'm not a big robotics guy.
Make an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Oh boy. That would be a natural 1.
Okay.
You're
So-
very distracted. Go.
In your distracted state, you have absolutely no idea what you're looking at here. You try to move some of her metal around, though it doesn't really budge. You get shocked. And take 9 points of lightning damage.
Brilliant. You lose your other eye.
So you take your little shock, zaps you, you roll it behind your way, and your vision in your left eye goes a bit wonky for a second before stabilizing.
Isn't it his right eye?
Right eye.
Right eye.
I had the right hand at the right eye, it's the wrong word.
I was like, his left eye. I mean, it makes sense. It got hit by lightning, but
Well, I
You have-
guess I'll just leave her here.
You have absolutely no idea how she works, anything really about her. Her spider is kind of chittering on her and tapping her a bit. Nothing really seeming to get her to respond.
oh, point got zapped.
Yeah, point got zapped.
I missed that part. I heard Ravak got zapped, but
She got really zapped. He got somewhat zapped.
that's what you were putting on Tensor's disc.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there a piece of metal on the deck? It's point. Got it. I will poke my head out. See point on a disc with Ravak's eye like. Bzzz.
They're in her cabin.
Oh, they went into a cabin. Well, the door closes and it's like, what is point doing? You know the ring. I open the door and it's like, look over there. Go open the door. What do I see in Point's cabin?
In Point's cabin, there's your Warforged companion down and out. Lights off, nothing's working. Her spider is just kind of chittering there, tapping her at her rapidly on her head, not responding at all.
She got struck by lightning.
That is not conducive to living.
No. I don't know how to fix this one, so I'll leave this to you and go help.
Alright, let me see. Ah, of course she did. Captain Lev makes his way into the room. Gunners, go back to running the ship. Tell Nav to land us at the nearest available town.
I'll take
All
my
right.
stick and poke her in the forehead and cast Lesser Restoration. Did anything happen?
What does Lesser Restoration do again?
It removes one condition: stunned, poisoned,
It doesn't do paralyzed.
It doesn't?
That's greater restoration.
That's dumb.
You cast it on her, you tap it. You feel like your spell worked, but she's not responding still.
Sleep in peace, my friend. And I walk out. I've got my orange plaid pajamas on.
Right. The captain just walks out, closes the door. You have any idea how she works? Any idea at all?
Do I know?
17.
Intelligence?
You have from your past experience just working with her and without examining her, you have absolutely no idea how she works. Anytime she got damaged or was doing a little something with herself, she always did it herself.
Yes. She heals like a human, but definitely does not walk like one. I have no idea what the heck she even is, let alone how to fix her. Her spider probably knows more about how to fix her than I do, so from what I know, let the spider fix it.
Brilliant. So. What?
Bella commented.
Oh dear.
Brought into the world via lightning. I suppose it's only fitting it takes her out.
She ain't dead yet.
She's just out.
I ain't dead yet.
She is out, cold.
We haven't hit her on the head yet.
Back to Captain Levsinger. Well, the only hope is that we can find an expert, and the next time we sit down at. Ship took a little bit of a beating. We lost how some of the sails work, and one of the bindings started to overheat.
Well, how close are we?
How close are we? Hard to say. Nav's still trying to get in contact with one of the ATC towers. From our original destination, 3-4 days.
I'll pull out the sending stone. Click.
Casper, come in, Casper, come
Mist
in.
coalesces into the form of Casper. What can I do for you?
Something interesting happened. The ship got struck by lightning. Just thought you should know.
And
Click.
You forgot to tell him about Point.
Oh, dang it! Come on back. Oh yes, Point also got struck by lightning.
Did she know?
You're not Telvain, so he never said I couldn't hang up on you.
He's got a point.
No, Point was struck by lightning.
He had a point, now he's lost it.
Yes, my point is gone.
No, our point man.
Oh no!
Oh dear. I should not have started that. You shouldn't have started that.
The
That's your
puns
fault.
are strong with this one.
Okay. Well, yes, interesting. I'll let him know. So I'm assuming this means you'll be delayed?
Hey, does this mean we'll be delayed?
Yes.
This means we'll be delayed.
By how long?
Depends if we'll crash land.
We're not going to crash land.
I pull out my rocks.
No.
Don't worry, I've got feather fall prepared. We can just float down like we'll.
Alright.
5 of us can.
Who's going first?
So,
Maybe
yes.
Written up a report. Call again when you're on the ground.
Okay.
He hangs up on you.
I can't believe the nerve of these people. No goodbye, no speak to you later. Call me when I'm back. Stick in my bag and go back in my room. Fume for a second, take my hat off so it doesn't start on fire.
I'll be back.
Alright, so nothing else really interesting happens. Ship slowly comes to a landing point in a fairly decent sized town.
Oh, we landed?
Yep. Alright. Well, crew. Once we land, we're gonna try to scavenge. We're gonna look around, see if we can get some supplies. This is not exactly our normal spot for stops. Connors, I want you running the ship and making sure everything's hunky-dory while we're gone. I'll be taking with me Nav and Nali. We'll be requisitioning for supplies, figure out where exactly we are.
My experimental elixir today is a healing potion.
How many of these do you have?
I can make one a day.
And how many vials do you have?
I use the same one every day.
So you just make a new one?
It only lasts until I rest.
Ah, that's right.
So it literally, like, I make it, and if I don't use it, it just disappears. And so I have to remake a new one. So every day, I will make an experimental elixir, and today is a healing potion. 2d4 plus 3.
Right. Small town, no tower, no real form of multinational communication. You three can do as you will. If we need you, we'll let you know if we set off. Take your time on the town. Adjourn. Crew just nods, goes back to their work, and
Break.
you all leave.
Don't break! Don't break anything.
I guess I'm going to get in my armor at this point. I am now 8 feet tall.
Oh, I forgot to send you a text. That makes you very difficult to hide.
Well, I may adjust it later then. I can adjust it on a long rest, can I?
I don't
I
know.
don't think you can adjust the size of your armor.
The armor
because
is...
you would have to
You're
rebuild.
8 feet tall?
Your armor is a
Hold
suit
on.
of armor.
I thought you were only like a human size.
Human size is
8 feet?
basketball
Average
human size
is
is
5'5".
average. Okay, fine. I'll be average human size. I just
8 feet now. Giant.
I would go with 6
I thought
feet.
you can alter your armor.
You can change the type of armor you have, but not necessarily the size.
The armor is
You're gonna have to-
the armor. You can change the model from infiltrator to the other one.
armor.
Yeah, the armor itself is still just a suit of armor.
Yeah, this armor is a suit of armor.
Alright, then it'll be just average height.
Oh, there we go. The guardian and the infiltrator. You can switch between those after a rest. Short or long rest. But the size is the same.
I'll just be average height then.
Okay.
But I am going to build an 8 foot tall set of armor.
You're going to make an 8 foot tall set of armor someday.
Not right now, but I'll build one.
Someday.
So I can see the top of the ships instead of the bottom. It's a
Right.
height thing, okay?
So you guys just
None of
staying
us
in the
would
main
know.
common room?
Obviously.
Rest of the crew has adjourned. Good half of them have left with the captain and his crew and his small group to grab supplies, anything they might need or barter for. The rest of the crew is checking up on the ship, doing their own little miscellaneous repairs. Well practiced at this, they know the drill.
Before I leave, I do ask Gears if he's asked about the blueprint.
No. Ah, he said no.
Why? It would be beneficial for me to know this kind of information
Why?
to help with the ship. Wink, wink,
Matt?
nudge, nudge, hint, hint.
Alright, lad, let me put it this way for you. You're not a dedicated part of this crew. You've been taught exactly what you need to know to help with the little bit you do. That's it. Anything else you do with your own self, he's fine with, as long as it doesn't break his ship, alter his ship, or sabotage his ship. I don't think he'll care much.
So, if I had the blueprints, I would know how to not break his ship, alter his ship, or do anything negative.
In the past 5 days, you've shown to be very competent in what you do, so I'm pretty sure you know how not to break everything already.
You assume I know how to bring in the already.
More than assume. I know. I've watched your work.
Alright. I hope you're right.
If you break the ship, don't break the ship. I'd hate to have to work on it forever and I'd have to throw you out.
That's okay. I'm a temp anyway. You've already said so.
Alright.
Ryvak, are you leaving the ship?
Probably.
I will take a vial, stick my pipe in my mouth, start a fire on it, and cast experimental elixir and create a flying potion. Drink it, hover up a couple feet off the ground, and just fly off the boat. Because I don't feel like walking right now.
I can cast Tensor's floating disc as a ritual.
So you float your way out on the main deck of the ship, but you're looking over is
Really smart. But you have to walk. I would walk. Oh, okay.
I'm not lazy.
Yes. It only lasts for 10 minutes, so it's probably long enough to get me off the boat.
Yes, so where exactly are you? Said it was a fairly big town, right?
Nope.
No, small.
Small town.
Small village.
Small village. Whoopee.
Small village just on the... It's in a small plains right on the edge of some forestry. Like just before you get into a fairly small... Not small, fairly decent sized forest.
I've got my elixirs written down on the back of my page.
Oh, convenient.
Fairly small town. Good size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got just 6 big plots of farmland. You can tell from what you're looking at, it's a small farming town that also works off lumber. The rest of the captain is already gone. Is already going into the village. You guys are kind of parked about. You're parked in the clearing next to it. You're right next to the road that take you in.
Would I be able to find any,
Supplies.
1 second. I'm
Herbs.
trying to think of the word. It's a really weird word.
Accoutrements.
There we go. Potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur.
Potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur.
Charcoal is easy to make.
Considering it's a logging town, and farming. I'm pretty sure charcoal isn't going to be that hard for you to find. The rest, you're not quite sure. You haven't been in here. You haven't been to this town before. You haven't been in this area of the continent before.
I was mostly joking. That's how you make gunpowder.
Yes. I realize. The moment you said sulfur, I was like, yeah, no. No, we're not near a volcano.
Okay. One guy actually makes it with sugar, alcohol, and honey.
You can also make a flamethrower using cornstarch.
Interesting. Continuing. I'm not actually looking at
Captain's
those.
off with his entourage. He's entering the town. And you're floating on the main deck with Revak next to you. The remaining crew members just working and look over at you and just kind of shake their heads with a grin on their faces and go back to their work at you.
I'll tip my hat and then float off deck.
Alright, where are you guys
That's my
going?
10 flying speed.
I shall climb off like a civilized person.
I'll climb off as well.
Yeah, so you're all together. You're all walking together. Pipe floating his way down.
Hello, where to, Pipe? Shall we go to the village?
Might as well. Don't know where else we would go.
Okay. Let's go then.
Is there anything of interest in this village? Besides nothing?
Market. Is there
You
a
start-
silver market?
You haven't gotten far enough in to figure it out. You didn't get to see the ship from the air because you all were in your respective rooms.
Yes.
Okay. Why are my notes so scatterbrained? Okay. So the captain is up with his entourage, just talking with someone you assume is in high command here, like maybe a mayor or city lord. You have no idea. The buildings are fairly standard. They're not like little wooden shacks. Most of them are made up with like cobblestone walls, fairly decent, average living.
Okay.
It's not a lot, but they seem to be happy with it. You do see some smoke coming up farther into the town.
Whether there's smoke, there's something going on. Whether a fire or a blacksmithing or a fire.
Where there's smoke, there's a fire. You can just say it.
Right.
There's plenty of other stuff that could make smoke.
The captain seems to have finished talking with whoever he's been.
No.
Captain Lev seems to have finished talking with whoever he's been talking to.
My spell's probably run out by now.
Yes.
The man's gone off with a piece of paper in hand and about most of the entourage he brought with him. Small crew of about 7 or 8 people. As the captain and his pilot and navigator start making their way towards you,
They're walking towards us.
you two head back onto the ship. Alright. So, they don't have a lot of artificed objects here. We do have some old ones that they're willing to let us use to repair some of the mechanisms on the ship. They're gonna have to be smelted down first. This will delay us by about 2 days.
Joy.
What kind of things do we need to smelt?
They're just taking some old rigs here and there, a failed experiment or two from their old artificer. He died about 3 years ago. He couldn't make heads or tails of anything in his workshop.
Is his workshop still there? Can we go check it? Did they maintain it in any
You're
form?
asking the captain this?
Is there any villagers that...
No. There's not. A couple of villagers look at you, most of them go about on their business.
Okay, then I guess I asked the captain if he asked about it.
Why would I?
Well, if you...
If you want to know, you're gonna have to talk to Wilfer. Dr. Wilfer, their mayor.
Where's the mayor?
He just went off with the rest of the men to bring the order to the blacksmith.
Okay, well, I'm gonna dash after him.
Keep you two, Sea Legs, Pipe. Keep eyes on Sticky. If he does anything, it's on you 3. I'm not paying for anything he does.
Oh, we definitely try to keep an eye on him, but he's...
I'm going back to the ship.
Okay.
Let's go, Pipe.
Nobody listens to the pipe.
I'll listen to you. They just don't let you give
So
it
you were
word
running
in
off
edgewise.
after the group that led
Yeah.
towards the smithy.
Yes.
Alright. After a couple of seconds, you come up to the main group. You're in your full set of armor. You walk up. Lots of villagers are giving strange looks. A couple of kids are like asking their parents, "What's that?" And not sure, dear. Let's come on inside.
It's a gnome in a large suit
They don't
of
know that. They
armor.
just see a giant suit of armor. Not giant. They just see a suit of
an
armor
average size.
running. It's not giant.
No head.
Do I notice any of them looking at me weird?
You are. What's your passive perception?
14.
You notice some of the parents like looking at you kind of weirdly, more concerned-ish. No one knows you here. It's just a fully armored something, slightly glowing, that's just running down the road.
I just yell
Look, it's
as
been
I
a
go
strange
by.
day already. The
I just
airship
yell-
just landed.
I just yell as I go by. I have short issues, okay? Leave me alone.
So you catch up to the rest of the crew. A couple of them catch notice of you. A couple of them, they let each other know. They kind of look at you, stand off. What do you want?
Is your head poking out of the top?
Yes, I have a little small head poking out of this set of armor.
I'm just picturing this gnome
Wait a
face
minute.
sticking out of the middle of the armor.
That wouldn't work.
Are you one of the passengers?
Yes, I'm one of the passengers. I was told you have an artificer shop, or had an artificer shop around here.
I'm sorry. Who's this? This is one of our passengers. You might want to talk to. I think we can figure out the rest of the way here. It's just right inside. The rest of the crew just kind of leads you to your work and just goes on their way. Hello?
Hi, do you have... I understood you have an artificer lab here.
We did.
Did you maintain any of it? Is any of it still working
No, we've closed the building off.
completely, like...
Look, sir, I don't know who you are or what you want, but he was a good friend of ours here.
I understand.
Please.
We're just trying to... I want to figure out the ship situation.
And I don't see why you'd need to go in there for that.
To see if there's anything I could use to help.
No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it for when his apprentice comes back.
His apprentice?
Yeah, he went to study off. He went to study off down in Roland. We're right on the capital. We're right on the border. You see, we took the vine road through the forest.
Is that anywhere I would have been as...
Look, sir.
No, I'm... As
This
a
is-
DM. From a DM's perspective, based off my backstory of me traveling around, is that
No,
anywhere I would have...
You've never been here before.
Okay, so I wouldn't have known the place he went. Or,
No. You have all he knows is that all you were told is he went studying abroad. Now, please, sir, if you're not here to help with the ship or to take a job over at the tavern, I have other things I need to attend to.
I'll take a job at the tavern. Will they take help for 2 days?
The captain said that we might be able to use some of the artificy things that have been left here to fix our ship. Is that correct?
Yes, the boys are going to be going over to the smithy to help him work the forge. We've already got the broken bits that he didn't use, his old failed potions.
Okay, so you already sent all of the broken
That's all
stuff
taken
over.
care of. There's nothing else you can really do for us except give us business and help with the goblin problem.
You have a goblin problem?
Not big, they've been harassing us here and there. If you want more, you can talk to the innkeeper.
I hate goblins.
I haven't had much experience with goblins.
They try to kill you and take your ears.
Well, you'll have to explain on the way.
if
Let's
you-
go to the inn.
If you'll excuse me, he goes off on his way.
We'll head over to the inn, and I will explain how ugly and small. Now look at Trick. Smaller, potentially way uglier and green, but similar. Sharp teeth.
He's doing a lot of backtracking.
Okay.
I see. How much time? Half an hour. Okay.
But we'll go to the inn.
As you start walking along your way, it takes you a couple seconds. It's a fairly small town, and you can find it very easily. You come up to an old broken sign called the Moonbrush. Bush.
Bush.
It's a weird pronunciation, but the Moonbrush.
Moonbrush. Got it.
Hmm.
I'll go inside.
I shall follow.
I will do it in a very pipe way. I'll peek through the doors. There fires and stuff.
It's a fairly small tavern. It's not that big of a town. Just a couple tables here and there. No second floor.
I'm gonna push pipe in.
I will open the door and cast thaumaturgy to make all of the fires blue and really bright as I come in. I hear you got a goblin problem.
So you walk in, you set all the firelight in here blue.
And really bright. Don't forget the bright.
There is no firelight.
Dang it.
It's the middle of the day, bro.
Well, it's a inside. Never mind. I
There's
hear you
a
have
couple
a
windows
goblin
open, but
problem.
it's mostly but the lighting in the room is mostly lit by little artificing trinkets that you're pretty sure the old artificer had set up.
These things are stupid. Gotta stick with the old good fire.
So you walk in,
Yeah, but-
there's not a lot of business going on, but a couple of the townspeople over at the bar just kind of look at you weirdly.
Yes. I hear you have a goblin problem.
Yes, we do have a goblin problem.
The name's Pipe.
Pipe?
Pipe. You know, like a pipe.
I'm gonna walk in. The mayor said to talk to the tavern owner. He could point us in the right. Said he could point us in the right direction.
Oh yes, that'd be me. I'm Joe.
Nice to meet you, Joe. So, do you know the whereabouts or where these goblins are?
Out in the forest. Come out, mess with our livestock every once in a while. More real nuisance, but they're starting to grow a bit more bold with their statements.
Let's see. And I suppose you haven't found where they're hiding.
No, we're simple farmers and livestock keepers.
I see. Well, I'm not very good at. Don't
a
have
couple
much.
of men looking in the bar continue to look at you weird as they get up, they leave their pay for their drinks, and they start to walk out.
Don't worry, I can track them. I know a goblin foot when I see one.
Okay.
Okay.
We will attempt to track them. So, point us in the right direction and where you last saw
All right.
them,
Uh,
or they last spotted.
Okay, so he pulls out a map. I don't have one for you people. He pulls out a map and he points you in the direction of the forest. So over there. It's really hard not to gesture when you're in character. So somewhere over here, we're fairly sure this is where we find most of their footprints coming in and out of. They normally work in the wee hours of the night. But other than that, we can only guess. I think there might be about maybe. We'll pay you a silver per ear.
Ah,
We can do that.
remember to keep those intact.
Sounds good to me. Now
Let's
walk
go.
out. I will go in the general direction that he gestured us to, and I will look for goblin footprints.
So it's practically no, it's not that way. It's in the opposite direction of your ship. You have to go through most of the town. As you're walking, you two don't really notice anything but really strange. Wait, I forgot I don't have your passive perceptions.
14.
12.
Pipe, you're just going about your day like normal. You two
I am
notice-
looking for footprints.
You two notice that the villagers seem to be very put off from your companion's appearance. They are very unsettled to the point where they're starting to clear a way for you people and leave as fast as they can, closing doors, shutting windows. It is a very quiet part of town wherever you are with this man.
I'm going.
Y'all are ugly.
I'm going to get out of my armor and tell them I'll catch up to them.
No worries. I'll just
You just-
spend the next 10 minutes casting Tensu's floating disc.
I am still walking.
That works too.
And,
so you just collapse your armor, you jump out, it's just sitting there on the road.
And put it back in my.
Bag
Bag.
of holding. So it's about 30 seconds of shoving it all into your bag. So where are you heading off to?
I'm gonna give him a ride on
I'm on
Tensu
his
on my
tent,
disc
so wherever he goes, I'm just.
that stays within 20 feet of me.
Master slave.
Right. So Pipe, make an investigation check. Anyone else who wants to look for footprints, make an
Investigation or survival?
No, survival.
Oh dear.
Right.
I would rather do it.
I am proficient in survival, so you know. Ouch.
Owie, that was nasty.
7.
7.
Is that
13.
I rolled a
nice.
7
We
with a
didn't find
plus
anything.
6.
You two are having not as much luck.
He's like
You
peeking through the disc.
you guys do find footprints.
I'm
You
looking.
can't quite get anything from them though. They're all kind of clumped together on top of each other. It does look like it's been made frequent trips. Pipe, you get your guesstimation here is that they split off every once in a while to spread out and cover more ground, but you have no idea how many there are. You just know that this is their entry point.
This is a mess. This is a lot of footprints. Do I see where they're generally coming from and going to?
Straight into the forest.
What time of day is it?
Right now it is about
Fairly early noon.
Yeah. about 11 in the morning.
Yeah, okay. We got time. Let's take a hike.
As we were going through the town, did I notice any market area?
Nope,
So we didn't pass any sort of market on.
not really any sort of market.
Okay.
Most of it seems to be houses. The only other building that seem to make of note to you would be the tavern you guys came from, the forge you passed, where the rest of the crew was working with trying to build a slightly bigger forge for the man to start working with some of these larger pieces, and a small, more ornate building. It's not that much better than everything else, but it has some stained glass windows.
Probably like a church or
Right. So
Let's take a hike.
you're going to take a hike. You're trying to track the footprints.
Yes, I.
Right. Survival checks.
Oh,
This dice.
so much worse.
Natural 20.
So much worse.
something. 7.
Okay,
Again.
you know what, Dice Jail?
Oh, come on. It didn't do that bad.
I got an 11. I've got a plus 6.
It's just shy. It's working its way up.
You know what? I should be using my dice tower.
Should.
You probably should. You've spent a lot of time on that. Right. So,
You should have made it lean this way.
I should have, but guess what? I don't think things through.
I noticed.
It was also a 7.
right.
Okay, I got a natural
Yeah.
20 on my survival check, by the way.
Yeah.
So your survival check, you start hiking through the woods. You got a good look at some of their trail. You got a good idea.
We
of
can't
where
find
you're going.
anything. All my D8s are all my D20s are misbehaving. Continue.
So you're making your way up this fairly well traversed goblin trail. I wish I had that. So you're following it up. It's been a good couple hours. You've gotten pretty deep into the forest now. Wood is getting closer and closer together. Less actual trails, and it's more like deer trails, but you still have your little goblin thing you're following. And make a dexterity saving throw.
I was about to ask if there's any goblins around us.
Dexterity saving throw. That will be a 16.
Right. So as you step forward, you feel your foot start to catch on something, and you manage to kind of stumble yourself forward just before you stumble yourself forward a couple feet, and nothing else really happens. You stepped over a tripwire. More like a rope meant to trip you.
Watch out for the rope, Mr. Pipe.
Yeah.
I think it just hovers over.
I will
So you
step
take
over.
another step forward.
I'm going to tap ahead of me with my cane to double check the ground.
Right. So you tap the cane in front of you, and just right in front of you, your cane sinks a bit. It shouldn't sink. Nothing's really coming apart, but the ground in front of you does not feel stable.
I am going to toss my cane up a little bit so that I have a little more leverage, more gripping in the middle, and then I'm going to use lightning lore and smack the ground in front of me
Okay.
to see if I catch on to anything.
Lightning lore?
Yes, lightning lore.
Yeah.
He makes a lightning
It's
whip.
it's basically a lightning whip that.
Right. So you
grapples thing.
shock the ground, and it's kind of, and you get the ground in front of you zaps, like it holds a charge for a good couple of seconds.
That doesn't seem right.
I will investigate it to find out why the heck it's not working right.
Alright. So you want to investigate
I
it?
want to investigate it.
Survival check.
Survival investigation.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. I'm impressed. 15.
It is what you find, it's a quicksand pit.
Oh, that's why the electricity got it.
It seems like it's mostly naturally formed, but you can find, but from what you can see, there seems to have been like a bit of extra man-made work to make it bigger. Yeah. It's only about 5 feet long, so you have a general idea of the boundary. You can just walk.
I will walk
around it.
Yeah, just go around. Easy enough. Proceed,
friends
but now
need
with
to be
more
punished.
with more caution.
I understood that reference. All
I
right.
got it.
So so if I have this right, you're in the front, followed by Pipe and Trick.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Trick is 20 feet behind me, because that's how closely the disc follows.
Right. It is another 30 minutes of hiking.
I'll have to recast Tensor's floating disc after an hour, but other than that,
It's always been several hours.
yes.
Is
Every hour I just take 10 minutes to recast it,
It is now about.
give him a ride still.
It's starting to pass through midday, and you guys come up to a kind of a rock formation next to a river and a waterfall.
I have a thought. If the goblins come this way every night, or if these tracks are several days old, they might come by tonight. What if we find a good place to ambush them? That way we don't have to hike so much. Are there any goblins around us before I continue with my plan? Woo!
None that you can notice.
Dang it.
You've come to a rocky shelf, so now you have no more tracks to look for. You can't go off the tracks you've gotten so far. You can try to look for more if you want. So again, to paint the scene for you, rocky shelf, waterfall, river.
Any ideas? You should probably put your armor back on, Trick.
Okay. I put my and look around to make sure there's no random
Villagers
civilians
walking
that are
around,
watching.
just like, ah!
Pulls out his armor. He kind of just sits into the breastplate. Is all kind of like almost like magnetized. Folds up onto as the limbs kind of come together. As he stands up, shakes himself a bit, makes sure the joints are all working, and he's ready to go.
I will try and look for more footprints on the other side of the river.
Cross the river. Dexterity check.
Crap.
Saving throw or just check?
Him?
Just check. Just say no. Yeah, check.
Natural 1.
That's it. Into the jail you go.
So as you're crossing the river, you step on something, and chink, a bear trap closes around your foot.
This is the worst place for this.
Okay. You take.
I take my hat off and let my head start on fire.
You take 3 piercing damage, and unless you cast some kind of healing spell, your walking speed is halved.
Alright.
And currently, you are restrained. You are on the. You're still in a shallow bit of water in the river on the opposite end of the bank.
Is there a problem?
Nope, no problem at all.
Well then, I will go look at the waterfall.
You go up to the waterfall. Anything you do to look for anything?
Mostly just examining. I don't know, you said, so it's a rocky cliff face with a waterfall coming off?
Yeah, so you're in a rocky section,
Mm-hmm.
river's next to you, and the waterfall which feeds into the river. It's not that big, only a few feet high.
Oh, okay.
7 feet tall.
I'll examine around the waterfall to see if there's any, like, signs of things climbing up.
How deep is this water?
The deepest it gets is about
No, like where I'm standing.
where you're standing, only a couple inches.
Okay, I will reach down and try and take the bear trap off.
Okay.
Is that a strength?
You know, if you want to try to use your tinker's tools,
I don't have tinker's tools. I have thieves' tools.
oh, you can use those.
Okay, then I'll do that then. Oh my gosh. Oh, plus dex.
I'd say that. So it's a bear trap trying to open up the mechanism.
It doesn't matter. My dex and strength is the same.
Whichever one you want to go off of. If you want to try to
That's
brute force it open.
10. No, 12. That's
Okay.
12.
So you're trying to brute force it open or just
It
release it?
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Either way, just
Can I
trying to get out.
assist?
You want to try to help him? Right, roll again with advantages.
Okay.
He comes over to try to help you escape.
Rejected, you stupid thing.
There's another dice in there, was it?
No.
With advantage.
12. Again.
Okay, with a little help, you two manage to pry the thing off you as his metal hands hold it open for you to get your foot out. You're bleeding, but
Is
it's
my
not too
speed
bad.
still reduced?
Yes, your speed is reduced.
Cast Lesser Restoration on myself again.
Okay,
Just smack my foot a little bit. Ding, ding.
the bleeding stops as it starts to scab over. The wounds are still there,
Yeah.
but it feels more comfortable to walk on.
Yes.
So do I find anything near the waterfall?
What'd you roll?
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
Okay. In that case, a 17.
You don't really find anything. Just some. You don't really find any evidence of anyone climbing. You do find a tripwire near the top. So you have no idea what it's connected to.
Just pull on it.
It's
I don't know
tempting.
what this does.
I'm going to.
It's like a big red button. If you give your players an unknown tripwire when they try to.
I'm gonna keep away from it, but I'm gonna use my lightning lure to
Wait,
trip it.
could you use the
Mage
mage hand?
I don't have mage hand, but
So you
lightning
use-
lure
You take your lightning
grapples
lure,
and pulls
Same
things
thing.
towards me.
you snap it, and it releases, and you hear a loud jangling off to your left in the trees.
It was an alarm.
I will,
We should probably
Lasts
hide.
for a couple of seconds and then stops.
Are there any large rocks that I can hide behind?
A couple, yeah.
I will go hide behind one.
I shall find another rock and also secret myself.
Okay. You two find a rock.
Best roll of the night.
12.
So, as you run off, hiding behind a boulder, he hides behind a smaller rock, kind of crouched down.
I'm just gonna.
You just sit there.
No, I'm gonna go up in the air.
He's gonna fly.
My boots. I'm just gonna.
Oh.
Straight up.
Wait, are your boots on your gnome self or on your boot? So it's on your gnome.
My boots are encased in my arm. Well, I don't know.
If you're
because-
wearing them while you're inside the suit, then you'd have to get out of the suit to use the boots.
Would he though?
I don't think he's.
Because normal people with boots of flying combined with plate armor can still fly.
Fair enough. So after a couple of seconds, your boots try to lift you up, and it's less of like the person floating up, and more like their chest lifting them into the air.
The legs are just like.
All right, whatever. I mean,
But
well,
how
okay
high
then.
up do you go?
It's
The boots have this armor has a powered step, which isn't
Yeah.
+5.
No, that
Yeah.
doesn't affect your flying speed.
yeah, the boots of flying have their own flying speed.
No, they don't. Their
Yeah.
flying speed is your walking speed.
Oh, it is. That's right. That's because. Yes.
So, with that, I would have walking speed of 30.
Mm-hmm.
So
This gnome gets weirder and weirder the more
I'm just gonna go 90 feet up.
So you make your way up into the air. 10 minutes pass. 30 minutes pass.
Just
Nothing happens.
Oh, and I'm clinging to the rod. I've activated my rod, so I'm not using any more flying speed.
Nothing happens. No one comes. You don't hear anything. You don't hear any sounds.
Ravak, whatever you did, do it again.
The tripwire snapped. It's a one-time thing.
It broke it.
Investigate the tree, maybe?
I will carefully go through the water this time and inspect the other side for tracks. Do I need to do another dexterity save? I was not dumb enough to reset the bear trap.
It's like,
So
have to reset everything.
go ahead and you make an investigation check to see if you can find any more.
Investigation will be 14.
You find some tracks kind of circle around. Not a lot though. It seems that this spot isn't used as much as the other side. At least before you got into the rocky ground.
I don't think they go much further than here.
Can I see anything from my vantage point?
From your vantage point, you see trees, lots of trees. There's not a lot of bare ground for you to look at.
Just randomly start casting.
I really wish I had a...
The tracks you found just lead back towards the river, so you assume maybe they crossed here, did something, and came back.
Ravak, did you find anything up on the waterfall?
Just the tripwire. I'll go check now that I set it off.
Because I don't think we're in a very good spot to hide.
I could just randomly start casting Fireball. Do you think that would help?
No.
Never have I seen a group so agreed that a firebolt won't help.
Fire solves lots of things, guys.
Yeah, it starts a
Yes.
forest fire.
Yeah, but if they have nowhere to hide.
Yeah, the villagers don't have anywhere to hide.
You have nowhere to go! Do
I'm
not
up
get
in the air.
stuck. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm not going to stop you.
I will follow Ravak to the water.
So what are you doing?
I am going to proceed to go, I guess, towards the direction of the bell.
Alright, so it's not that hard. You just follow the thin tripwire. It's like old fishing line that was probably scavenged.
I
from
want to go down and approach the waterfall and see if there's anything behind it. I can
It's just a small waterfall.
it's not like
fairly obvious. Nothing.
Okay.
No, there's nothing
Alright.
behind it. There's no way anything can fit in there, even your size. So you follow it over, and when you get to it, so the tripwire connects to a bell that was being held up to the side, and it rings, rattling against some other chimes. The chimes are more bone made, but the bell is made of metal, and it looks like a cowbell.
This is very interesting work.
I'll smack it a couple times with my staff.
Ding, 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 ding. It just rings more. Nothing else happens. You just ring it more.
So
I will
I'm gonna
cast
join them over
Mage
there.
Hand. And it will grab it.
Okay.
And it'll just fly as far away from me, just rattling it as annoyingly as possible.
Okay.
Just through the forest.
How far away can Maychen go? Isn't it only 60 feet?
30 feet
30
per
feet.
turn. 60
No,
feet if you have.
It's only 30 feet. That's as far as it can go from you.
Yeah.
I think
Period.
it's 30 feet.
If a hand vanishes, if it's ever more than 30 feet away. Yep, you rattle it, it goes on. Nothing.
We may have to do a stakeout and just wait and see if. Well, the
Don't
question is, would it be more beneficial to do a stakeout here or stakeout near the town entrance, where we see the tracks leading to?
There's no tracks leading to a hole or nothing.
We haven't looked for tracks up here.
Okay, and then another question is, Did any of us notice those people leaving the tavern really weird?
I don't think they like you.
Somebody lift this boulder up over here. I think there's a hole. I just have a hunch.
Lift the boulder.
I'm not very strong. I'm not athletically inclined.
I'm 2.5 feet tall. What do you want me to do?
You have a powered armor suit.
I do have a powered armor
It doesn't
suit,
inflict
but my
a
strength is
strength
still
Iron Man.
120. It doesn't change my strength or my strength modifier at all.
Shh, don't tell him.
I will go over to a hole, one of the larger boulders, and I will look around it
You
for
look
any
around it.
holes.
You see some footprints more going around it, but you don't find any holes.
If I touch the rock, it's solid.
Solid matter. Yep.
Open sesame.
Oh,
No
doesn't
way!
work. You gotta say it in Goblin.
I don't know Goblin.
Neither do I.
I only know gnome.
I only know Common and Elvish.
Anything
You know
else
what?
y'all want to try? You sit there for about another half hour, brainstorming, trying to push over a rock.
Can we put...
It's
Can
now
you-
about 3 o'clock.
Oh. Can I cast alarm around the rock?
Okay, so what's the alarm for?
The alarm just notifies me if someone enters that area. And it's specifically
What's the second
looking
level spell?
for... Well, I don't know. Because alarm is a
So
ritual, so it doesn't go towards
you
my
can take
spell.
up a 20-foot cube of space.
Right. Would that cover the rock area?
It'll cover most of the rock. It'll cover some of the rocky area. If you wanted to cover the boulder, you could. It'd only take up about 10 feet.
In the time that we were sitting here, I will cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Right.
Is
you
that ritual?
You find
Yes.
after 10 minutes, you find no evidence of foreign magic. The only magic you can sense in the area is your friend's bag, his armor. Do you have a bag of holding?
My
Right. You can get
pistol's enchanted, my staff's enchanted.
just his pistol, his staff, his armor, his bag, any magical items anyone's holding in this party, plus your little, plus your scrying stone.
Which is in your bag holding.
Yes.
Oh, and my ring.
How far away is
You can
the
do
town
one.
from here?
Town from here is you've been hiking. You hiked for a couple of hours to get to the sand pit trap, plus another 30 minutes to get here. So it's a good 4 miles, 5 miles.
I say we hike back to the sand trap. Set another trap. And wait for them.
How far away is the sand trap from here?
About half an hour.
Agreed.
Miles.
It'll be a better bottleneck.
So we'll
Mile
travel
wise,
back there.
though.
Most of the trail you're taking up was a bit windy, but from there on it was fairly straight. So it'll only take you it's only about 3/4 mile.
Okay, so alarm would... So if someone did do anything pertaining to the rock, I would notice.
Yes.
Because it's within a mile. If we're waiting by the sand trap.
Yes. Let's go to the sand trap, and we will stake out there. I hope you guys have dark vision.
I do.
I do.
Yeah. So you go back to the little sand trap, and you stake out the night. So you're just gonna sit there.
Should we take turns sleeping?
I don't
He
sleep.
doesn't.
He doesn't need to sleep. He can stake out the night.
From what you guys
Just
can tell,
wait.
the sun, because last I checked, none of you carry watches.
No.
What you can tell from the sun, you got a good 4, maybe 5 hours left in the day before it starts to get dark.
I pull out my harness stuff.
I will take a short rest. And
Ooh,
Short rest
I
and
can-
regain my.
I may take a short rest
is it plus your
so that
constitution?
I can
Yes.
switch my armor over.
You're gonna swap your armor over from Infiltrator to Guardian. Okay.
And heal myself and regain a spell slot because of my wizard abilities.
Nice. So, we will wait there. Do I hear anything small and skittering besides him?
It is 9 o'clock, guys.
Yes.
So you guys take the night to stalk out. You don't hear anything. It's coming on closer to 8 o'clock. Nothing happens. It's starting to get dark. You guys want to build a fire, or
I'm always warm. I don't need a fire.
I have my
What's
coat.
the temperature like?
temperature? It's getting a little nippy, but not too bad. It's just near. The summer is starting to end.
I can get in my guardian armor. I'll be warm.
I'll just pull my coat around me and sit back and keep an eye out. I will set an alarm as a ritual.
Around us.
Not around us, a little ways down, further down the path from us,
so
so that
we-
I'll be alerted before we're in sight.
Okay.
I love having like every ritual spell available to me.
How long has it been at this point since?
It's been like 3 hours.
So, you guys have whatever rations you have on you if you eat for dinner. It's getting pretty late. Moon's starting to rise up. Only 3/4 crescent, not a lot of light.
There's 2 minutes.
There's 2 moons.
Oh, that's right, there's 2 minutes.
And actually, our calendar should tell you exactly what the moon should be.
If you're on the app, it doesn't say anything else.
Oh yeah.
Do we?
Your first moon, Sanue, is hitting its new moon and is fading off. Meak is at full moon, so you do have some light. So dim light.
Nice. Convenient, that.
Okay. So, any of you going to bed around this time?
Yes, I will bed down. Wake me up if anything interesting happens, so that I can tell Casper, of
Okay.
course.
Your mental alarm goes off.
Right.
So
Get out of my
something,
sandwich.
you don't know what, something got close to that boulder.
Okay.
And where did you set up your alarm?
I set it up like
Do we have
about
markers?
a quarter of a mile
Yeah, right
from
where we are.
where we are.
Oh, so just along the path?
Yeah, just along the path, so that I will be notified if they're coming down the path before they get to us.
Merlin is guessing a rabbit.
A rabbit. Rabbits, tigers, chickens, oh my.
Chickens. Vicious
Little
creatures.
chickens.
Especially the chickens that turn you to stone.
Cockatrice?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, I thought that's what you were referring to.
Okay, so you're asleep, your mental alarm just went off, and you're up. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
So I'm alert at this point.
Yes.
You look at, do you have dark vision?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a
He's a rock
rock
climber.
gnome.
Ah. That's 60 foot? 60 foot.
Wait. Yeah. 60-foot standard, right?
Yeah.
Should be. Right, so you all go into sleep. You're up. You're up. You don't need to sleep, isn't that lovely? Okay.
Only technically. Still need my 4 hours, but
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
slower. It's inhale with down.
Pipe, what's your AC?
You don't breathe.
My AC is 14.
You don't breathe out through the pipe out, and that just pushes everything out.
Good point.
Okay. As you all are going up on watch.
But If they're doing arrows, I am prone, so they have disadvantage.
I already rolled for that.
Okay.
3 arrows whiz out of the darkness. 1 hitting each of you. Ooh. Pipe, you take 8 damage.
Okay.
Revak, you take 7. And
It hit me with a 16.
and you take 6. Right, everyone, roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Please be nice, please be nice, please be nice, please be nice. Woohoo! It was nice! That's an 18.
That's a 6.
Don't tell me just yet. Let me get these markers out for monsters, which are very, very handy.
She's using the paper ones for now.
I made you a lot of markers.
Those are for specific people.
He's got 3 daggers, and if they're goblins...
They're not that's not for goblins. Those are for specific characters I'd come up with. Okay, so
You should just make a goblin marker, Alan.
15 to 20. Who rolled between 15 and 20?
Nope. Oh, I got an 18.
Okay.
Matt usually starts with 25 to 20, but I'm never gonna get that high.
Anyone else?
Nope.
10 to 15.
No.
5 to 10.
6.
I got a 9.
6 and 9.
He goes before me. Oh, at least someone goes after us.
Okay.
Alright, are you wanting to draw this out?
Yes, I am going to want to do that.
Oh, you have trees you can put down.
It worked again.
Oh, Alan, you know what you should make? You should make trees,
Yeah,
but the
trees.
top is
Oh, yeah.
flat so we can set things on them.
I totally forgot I could have done that. Oh well.
Okay, I'm going to do
Definitely
this.
could do that.
You guys didn't set up a fire. So you're on the trail or right next to it?
I'm off the trail.
I'm leaning up against a tree next to the trail. So off of it, technically.
Alright, so I'm going to assume the trail is about right here-ish. Then you guys set up camp next to the little sand pit trap.
Yes.
That just goes off into the
Did
woods.
his alarm go off?
Nope. So little sand pit trap is
You guys
here.
failed me. I said to wake me. I'll be reaching for the sending stone. Just kidding.
As you have your little trees. This is just to help set the mood.
So much mood.
No.
Okay, great job. Great job, everybody.
Which way did the arrows come from?
For you guys? Alright. The one that hit you, Ravak, came from somewhere in this direction.
So from the town.
No, the town's that direction.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're on the other side of it. Okay.
Mhm.
I understand. Yeah.
So, one hitting you came somewhere from over here. Pipe, no, your Trick. Trick, yours came from somewhere over here, and Pipe, yours came from somewhere over here.
I should have.
Okay?
Well then. Their turn.
Right. So, first things first. No, those are the wrong dice. You don't roll damage first, James. That's not how this works. You don't know they're
I
going
mean,
to
I
hit.
have heard of weird people that roll damage and attack at the same time.
Well, it does keep rolling down. Right, 2 more arrows shoot for you, Mr. Pipe. Yeah. Both shots coming from over in this direction. They miss wildly.
I am rolling wildly.
Pipe,
No, 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 no.
Pipe, your turn.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. I'll stand up. Do I see anybody around me?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. 17.
Okay. So, you can from over here you can see two shapes darting off to the left, and right down here you can see something creeping up into the woods. Where are the? I need to figure out this toolbox a bit better.
I will take a drop of the blood from the arrow wound, and I will smear it across my holy symbol and cast Bane at all three of them. Make charisma saving throws.
Right, what does Bane do?
It gives them a negative D4 to all attack rolls and saving throws.
Right, what's the number to beat?
Oh crap, this is my cleric
Wisdom plus.
So this is charisma?
4.
charisma.
Oh, this is not looking good already.
10.
That's 12.
12, yeah.
Is the number to beat.
Okay. You cast your spell. You feel like you've managed to grasp hold of some of them, but not all of them. You don't know how many.
Okay. Good enough for me. Put my concentration marker on.
That's right, we have those. Okay, and next in turn is...
Oh, and I will cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay, so the Bane was a what's it called?
Action.
Action? Healing Word's bonus action?
Yep.
Yes.
That's why I have it prepared. Oh wait, I can't do that. It's not a cantrip.
No, that's.
I hate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Can't do that. Never mind.
Okay,
Continue.
next monster's turn.
I had to read that just so I made sure I wouldn't mess it up. I
Takes
almost
a
did.
shot at...
Another
So-
spell.
A arrow comes shrieking towards you, Trick. It misses wildly. As it came from over here, then this goblin is going to dash off somewhere and... Let's see.
Don't forget their negative D4s.
To attack rolls?
Yes.
Just attack rolls.
And saving throws.
Okay. Alright, he darts off into the night and you have no idea where he is. Okay. Trick, your turn. You have more, bigger trees.
Mighty hat.
Little pointy-hatted devils. You can hear gibbering sounds in the night of some language you don't understand.
Still on sound.
Mm.
I just know he
Sorry,
accidentally
in
bumped the
case
cord.
in case I destroyed any of your viewers' ears, I am so sorry.
They're still good.
Okay.
All right, so what are you doing, Trick?
These trees make me happy.
Right.
So
Only one still in sight is that one.
he's the only one still in sight.
Yep.
Can I see him from where I'm at?
You can make his shape out. He's kind of like he was kind of poking out from beside the trees.
It's
Seems to
kind
be
of
ready
covered
to-
by trees. 3/4.
You can see his limb and a glint from the moonlight of his arrowhead. That's it.
Can I go for a pulling out my immovable rod? Can I go for a running tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make an athletics check to grapple.
Oh jeez. I don't like my dice right now. Let's see. Athletics. Ooh, 9. 12.
Yep. So you run around the corner and you tackle into the ground.
And then can I put the immovable rod over his chest and activate it?
So you press the immovable rod against his chest and activate it
Yes. Well, actually,
up to his neck.
yep, and activate it so he can't.
That is one way to handle things.
We may need him alive.
Okay, make another athletics check to see if you can wrestle him still long enough to get it to his throat. Oh.
Same.
12.
Yeah. After within a couple seconds, you have him pinned to the ground with your immovable rod up to his throat. As he's sitting there like.
Nice.
My turn.
What are you doing?
Well, you didn't make them to sit on.
I'm looking around for more goblins, specifically in the direction that arrows came from for me.
Okay, so you're looking.
Over here.
Okay, you're looking over here. Making an.
Perception check is 12.
Okay. You see one hiding in some brush.
Okay, give me my target.
Real close to Pipe there.
There are bushes.
I'm
I
going
don't
to
feel
use
like getting him out right now.
use my bonus action, and a arcane cannon appears on my shoulder and just kind of like mechanically makes its way, pointing over my shoulder. And I'm going to turn in that direction. Well, I'm going to step over here and fire at him with the arcane cannon.
Okay, make an attack.
I gotta double check on that one. That's
Because some of them are saves, aren't they?
not this one. I'm gonna use the Force Ballista.
It's right here, Russ.
Yes, I got it right here.
Nope, I got it right here.
Range spell attack. Great! I used my intelligence. Okay. That will be a 25.
You hit. It's, why do you even ask? It hits.
He
They're
wants to
goblins.
rub it in. 2d8, 2d8.
10 damage.
You fire, and with a loud cry and a scream, its head just caves in. It's dead. It is out.
That was a lot of force.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, it was.
And then I don't see anyone else, huh?
No, you are bad. Stop.
I'll just pull out my pistol and ready in action to shoot the next goblin I see. Because that's just my bonus action for the cannon.
The cannon's a bonus action?
Yes,
Yeah.
all of that was a bonus action.
My
Summoning and firing.
That's overpowered.
No, it's artillery.
Okay. So we move on. Poor goblin, you're dead.
Poor goblin's dead.
Okay. Pipe, you take another.
Oh wait, never mind. It is my action to create a cannon. That's right.
Pipe, you take
But
another
bonus
7
action to fire
damage.
it. So I can't actually.
Damage.
Can't ready my action.
As an arrow fizzes out from over here. Knocks you. Okay? And they're going to. Stay on the table. Okay. And they run off over in this direction by the pit and try to hide themselves. You can see them.
I can see him.
You all can see them. And back to the top of the round. 2 more. And okay. So Revak, 16 hit you?
Yes. I'm gonna cast shield using my ring of spellstoring.
Okay. So as an arrow whizzes towards you, instinctively turn and you activate your ring as a shield of force appears close to your skin as it just knocks off that. Trick, do you have it? Trick, do you want to try and keep a 18 from hitting him?
An 18?
No, if you have a shield.
I don't have. I have a shield.
You take 3 damage. It's cute, isn't it?
Yes. Adorable.
Okay, one shot coming from here towards you, and another shot coming from up here as they move, and
Has to be to 20.
And if they're the guys that had Bane, they have a negative D4.
oh wait, I forgot about Bane.
Oh, does that mean I may not get?
Yeah, you weren't hit.
I wasn't hit.
I'm gonna use one of these markers for Bane somehow.
No, you need a Bane marker.
There we go. Now we have a marker. Remind me.
You can actually write on that and write Bane with a marker.
This?
Yeah, it's dry erase.
Is it really?
But does he have a pointy enough tip for Bane?
Yeah.
I mean, this.
I got more than enough for one of
Okay,
you.
that works.
Just need a B.
That works.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I made 2 of them so that in case we cast something like that.
like Hex or Bane or
Mhm.
Hunter's Mark. Not that any of us can get any of those spells.
Yeah. None of you guys can have Bane.
Okay. Another shot shrieks out from over here. Misses you, Revak, as they go off, and they...
When they
Hide
shoot, they
themselves.
do show themselves, and unless they are
Yep.
rogue, they cannot hide. That is an action.
Nimble escape. Goblins can disengage or hide as a
Really?
bonus action.
Yeah. They are rogues.
I did not know that.
Okay. So as they run off and hide again into the night.
Did not know that. It is my turn. Okay, he is sitting over there. He is sitting over there. Does this goblin look like he's taking any damage?
Nope. And all the goblins you can see right now have not taken any form of damage.
There is one that's stuck on the ground though, so.
We're level 4.
Yes.
I will. I will take a pinch of dust from my alchemist kit, say a few arcane words in Draconic, and then cast Ray of Sickness at that goblin.
Okay.
I need to make a ranged spell attack. Oh yeah, that definitely hit. It's over 20.
Why must you torment these poor little creatures so?
They shot first.
He takes 9 points of poison damage. Make a Constitution saving throw if he's still alive.
Oh, there's no way he's still alive.
You know that
he
for
just
sure.
he gets stricken down.
Not unless he's using all the fancy goblins that I use.
Okay, I'm running out of spell slots, but that's okay.
I haven't even
Okay,
used a spell
trick.
slot yet.
Trick, your turn.
Do I see
There's-
any other goblins besides the one I'm
Right.
sitting?
You can make. You can use a bonus action, make investigation. No, that'd be interaction. Go ahead, search. Seven plus your perception.
Should be 4.
5,
So,
12.
you do have 3 on wisdom. Wise man.
So how much is that?
12.
I have a 2.
12. Okay.
2 for now.
You spot one hiding over here behind some bush. Now I can get the bushes out because we're getting farther away from the tree line.
Bushes.
Right, so what do you want to do?
So, I'm going.
You now are in your guardian armor.
Yeah.
Taking
So,
7 damage.
I'm going to use a bonus action. Are there rocks nearby me that I can just
Nope.
pick up? No rocks.
Well, there is a couple. If you scrounge, you can find maybe a pebble or two.
Okay, that's all I need.
Right. Bonus action, search around, find a pebble.
And then, could I use a bonus action as opposed to an action to it? Well,
You just used your bonus action to find a pebble.
okay. Then I'm going. Found one pebble.
You have 2, 3 pebbles.
Little handful.
You have 3 pebbles in your hand.
3 bells. Okay. Can I use my... Have I used my action there?
No.
Okay. So, could I use my action to launch it with my sling?
Yeah, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
It was a 2.
2 plus
Yep.
6 is 8.
8.
You
Not
you fling it, goes slides over its head, close but not just enough. It looks over at you and it squeals something. Alright, right back, your turn.
Okay. Well, I am going to move in this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Do I see any more goblins nearby?
Okay. Are you making an active search for some, or are you just relying on passive perception?
I'm just relying on perception
You don't
for
see
now.
any more.
Besides that one that I heard squeal.
Besides that one,
Okay.
nothing else.
In that case, I will use my arcane cannon on him. That will be a let's see, I have a 6. So 17 to hit.
Ah, yes. You guys are mean.
We're mean. I'm almost half dead.
They're mean.
That's 8 damage.
Clocked him. He's down.
Okay. And then with that, I will pull out my pistol and
Ready in action.
ready in action to shoot the first goblin I see. That pops out to shoot at me.
Okay.
My
Turn
turn.
moves
Which
on.
means hopefully they miss because I can't use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay. So Ravak, as you're the closest one, two goblins come crashing through the woods here. You can see them as they take their shots at you. And they both miss wildly. One of them very badly.
Well, I'm still gonna shoot one of them.
Which one?
I'll shoot that one. It doesn't really matter, I missed, but it's an 8.
Okay.
Not as well practiced with this pistol.
Yeah, you miss it as they kind of squeal a bit. They run off and hide somewhere. You have no idea.
Awesome.
This poor goblin's just...
And that one's just kind of.
It's gotta succeed on a 30 strength to move that.
Oh yeah, that's not physically possible for a poor goblin. As he's just kind of locked there, he can't move. And one more goblin takes a shot at Pike 15.
That's his armor
Oh.
class.
Would
I'm
15 hit?
Oh, you have 14.
Yeah.
I have 15. That's
You
right,
take
my
6
dexterity,
damage.
sorry.
6 damage.
Right, Pike, your turn. Oh, and roll concentration.
Oh yes. Natural 1. Okay,
And
I was
lose
going to drop
concentration.
that anyway.
Finally, it shook off the bane. It did something good with its life.
Okay. I'm going to grab my holy symbol and cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
So I now have a 16 AC.
That it for your turn?
Yep,
Trick.
that's my last spell slot.
So I'm going to...
Oh, never mind. I've got 2 second level spell slots. I'm good.
When you forget what spell slots you have.
See
It
if I-
doesn't show me second level spell slots.
I turned off levels.
How do you do that?
Well, you go up, you re-edit, and turn off the fact that you have those levels
I'm gonna
in
see if I
that
can find
class.
or
One
see
more.
any others.
From your position there, okay.
But I
roll
want
investigation, roll perception.
Gosh.
Yeah, you don't see any more.
Okay.
Alright, Revak, your turn.
Oh,
You're just slow. My turn. Okay. Well, I'm going to actually search for them now, since none of them are in sight.
I'm gonna cast magic stone on my stones that I was holding and look for more stones.
Excuse me.
Okay. That is
Yeah,
a
that's Johnny.
21 perception.
Okay. From your good old vantage point, you can see one right there. Another one right here. And the
Unprepared.
third one making his
No,
way
they're
in.
right there.
That's a known.
Yeah, that's where you have to look for them, because you don't have any second level spell
No,
slots
yeah.
prepared.
So I just gotta click on there. There.
Okay, so I see these ones, huh?
Those are the only ones you can see.
Okay.
And only you can see them. No one else can see those three.
I'm going to step over here and shoot him with my arcane cannon. Oof. That'll be a 12.
Just misses as he shoots at him. It seems to have like an uncanny strike of luck as it trips over a rock as it tries to move over, and it just misses its head.
We can't have that. I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol. That will be a 14.
I'm still concentrating.
That's right. Shield of Faith.
So 1d10 plus 2, no, plus 3. So that will be,
A dead one.
yes, 8 damage.
Okay, as another one falls and bites the dust.
And another one.
Hey, you hear a loud squeal that just pierces the air around you as the goblins you can see, Revak, turn and run. They just start dashing their way out. That last one pinned under the rod is trying its best to maneuver its way out, but it can't find a way out. Yep. Can't escape. Okay. Okay. Trick, you take 7 damage as one of the leaving goblins shoots an arrow in your direction before going. Right. So, for you, Revak, they're all just they're running far, far, far away. You can try to give chase if you want, but wait, it's not your turn yet. Hi.
You guys cannot. You guys move way too much. I'll just let's see. So they're like running through the forest.
Mhm.
Am I able to see them since they're not trying to be stealthy necessarily?
You can see one running off this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, these three you can't see. You can sort of see your friend's shape.
60, just in range. Toll the dead, make a wisdom saving throw. As 2 thunderous rocks crash around
12?
his head.
Oh, it fails. Roll damage.
Yes, please be an 8. 2! He takes 2 damage.
2 bucks.
Well, it's just figurative.
Yeah.
2 necrotic damage as the thunderous roar of rocks smashing into each other crashes through his head.
Now it's your turn.
Trick.
I'm going to use my dagger to cut off this guy's ears.
Okay.
Oh, poor dude.
No, it's-
But I don't want to kill him, so I'm
No,
doing
he's
it very
alive.
carefully.
But his ears are bleeding. And he's just squealing at you in pain and anger, and you have no idea.
And I'm looking around for more stones.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Well,
They said they wanted to.
I'm gonna shoot that
say
one.
They wanted to buy.
with my arcane cannon.
Right.
That's it.
Yep, you hit him,
21. In case you were wondering.
and he's dead.
drops where he stands.
And then I'm gonna firebolt that one.
Okay, make a spell attack. And
That'll be a 16.
which one?
This one.
Damage.
7.
He drops.
You do a cantrip, you kill them. I do a cantrip, I do 2 damage.
I dropped one over here.
Not a spell slot used.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh, as the rest of them, for their turns, just start making a
Mad dashes
There's
away.
one more somewhere. I don't remember where, but I shot. Oh, it was over. Another one over here
Yeah.
from the
So I
initial
killed him.
summoning of my cannon. He was hiding behind this
Yeah,
tree.
he was over here.
There's one more, and then the one that I shot over here.
Yeah, there's 2. There's one here, one there.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yes, there we go.
Okay. And there you go.
I will make my way over here. I will pull the arrows out, roar in primordial, smack my cane on the ground, and cast mass cure wounds on all 3 of us. You are completely healed. Mass cure wounds is 3d8 plus my intelligence modifier. You are definitely fully healed. I am less fully healed. That's 18.
Did you heal his ears?
No,
Oh.
I choose. I don't
That-
drink
they
my
don't
potion.
grow them.
I'm not saying they regrew. I'm just saying he's no longer bleeding.
No, but I will come over and knock him out with my cane.
Just to get rid of his screaming.
Attack.
Okay, I'm going to cast Tensor Floating Disc as a ritual and just collect all of the goblin bodies and bring them
With us.
into a pile.
I'm going to go cut off all their ears.
I'll let him do the dirty work.
Go on, start chopping off ears
Take
left
them
and
in
right.
back.
He can take 50% for that.
You now have 14 goblin ears.
Oh, I'm so proud of myself. And the live goblin is hostage.
What you're going to do with him, I have absolutely no idea.
We want to see if
I
anyone in the
will,
town knows.
As he's
Goblin.
cutting off their ears, I will cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Do they have any magical things on them?
I'm going to search their pockets for loose change. Do you want me to investigate that?
Go ahead, roll investigation.
That's a 12.
Okay, you find a couple silvers on a few of them. Most of them seem to have little trinkets or baubles on them instead. Little bone shavings or... all of them is made of bone in some way, but one seems to have something that looks almost like a coin. Another one has like a couple marked balls written in goblin.
I'll just take the silver.
Most interesting thing you find is like a shard of darkish colored glass and a little feather.
I will take the glass.
Bible will make his way over to a tree and sit down. I hate goblins.
I'm gonna see. Do they have any arrows left?
They're probably roughly made. And they don't work with your
Light crossbow.
crossbow.
But I could probably sell them in town.
Maybe.
They're really small arrows
Oh.
from a goblin short bow.
How many silver pieces exactly? Just
You got 3 silver pieces
3. Perfect.
and 1 copper.
Yay. It's hard to find loose changes in adventure.
Right.
Most campaigns I don't play a character that
Congratulations.
pockets. First combat.
Moons are high, your goblins are dealt with.
We have one random goblin
I say we just
unconscious.
finish camping here and go back in the morning.
Mr. Pipe is already out.
So you all fall asleep, and in the elf's case, start to meditate into a trance-like state as the moons continue on their path and set as morning begins to dawn. And that's where we will pick up next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our long session of ClockWork today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. If you have any questions, suggestions, or thoughts, feel free to voice them. We have a Facebook, we have TikTok, a lot of different ways you can come visit us. We'll be porting these over to YouTube and to podcast form. As we said
It's
in the
already
video
on
video.
YouTube.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.